apply it and see what happens now. Okay. Yes, that's the microphone. That's good. Okay. We need to make sure the desktop audio is working. So no, desktop audio is not working. So we need to desktop audio. So we'll put it to that and see what happens. One can only hope. There we go, desktop audio is now working. Right guys, sorry about that. It's because I changed my microphone over and didn't realise that I had done so. Okay, let me just turn that down a little bit so I'm not booming too much. Should be okay now, so you should be able to hear me. So what is the purpose of today? Well, the purpose of today's stream is nothing more than really having a look at, once again, Xenviro, because I can't believe that I messed up so much. It did mess up. I'm just going to change the time slightly because the sun is way behind us, and cockpit looks dark on the stream, but it isn't actually. It's not that dark. Let me just change the time a little bit, or even better, why don't we go? Oh no, stay there and track real time. Done. Apply changes. So track real time, just to get things all into sequence, so to speak. This is going to be a very quick video, although I'll probably go through the tutorial bit of setting up the aircraft and getting all your data and everything, showing you how to do that. Because I saw something, was it yesterday, on Facebook, and somebody was really confused. Well, first of all, they didn't know how to program the MCDU or the FMC, Flight Management Computer, and also getting flight plans as well. So I thought maybe I'd do that quickly. But the main thrust of today is Xenviro. Okay, so because, and I'll tell you for why, because I can't believe that Xenviro was so bad when I did it the other day. It was a few days ago now, actually. And because when I look at Nico's Xenviro, Nico de Bruin, who does all the testing for the 737, and I look at his Xenviro looks really nice. And I couldn't understand why mine looked so bad when I did that live broadcast a couple of weeks ago. So I re-downloaded it, I reinstalled it, and it looks okay. People say, oh, the default X-Plane 12 clouds are okay. The default X-Plane 12 clouds are okay until you get above them, and sometimes you find that Minecraft kind of blockiness or the wall of cloud. Anyway, I reinstalled Xenviro, and then just before I started the live stream, I noticed that my version of Xenviro was 1.29 as opposed to the latest 1.30. So I re-downloaded it again, and I've installed 1.30, which is supposed to be the latest update to Xenviro for X-Plane 12. So we need to check which version I'm on. So about Xenviro, it says I'm on 1.30. So this is 1.30 now. I was on 1.29. So there should be a marked difference. And well, let's have a look at the settings. Let me go to the settings. Right, settings. I am going to use. You've got weather settings. You've got easy mode, real mode, and you can set things yourself, I suppose. Not an awful lot. Same with environment settings. You've got simple and realistic, and then effects. You've got natural and vivid. You can mess around here with things. So easy mode. It's just about, it turns on minimum RVR and so forth and so on. I think I prefer real mode. Just leave it on real mode. And the same with environment settings. You've got simple or real. You can see a subtle change between simple and real. If you look at the cloud above the, up here, above where it says settings, look at the cloud there. That, oh, we've got a weather change. So that's simple mode, and that's realistic mode. You see there's a subtle change in that cloud above there. Simple, realistic. And I prefer it on realistic. And then we've got natural and vivid. Vivid is, I mean, I'm looking out the window and the sky is nowhere near that blue. It's more like, in fact the sky is a very, very pale blue. It's like the blue over here. Let me move the menu just to help you a little bit. So the sky is like, where it says settings, above the blue, just above there, in between that grey cloud and the wispy cloud there, that is the blue of my sky outside the window. And I always look out the window to kind of figure out if we're anywhere close. Now, oh, hang on. Xenviro settings. Natural. I want natural. I don't want vivid. I want natural. Okay. Now, looking out the window, this is not it's nothing like that outside. It is a little bit to the north, which is that direction. Yeah, a little bit like that to the north. I noticed looking at, and it's a little bit like that looking to the west, south and west. That's west, sorry. That is west. That's south. That is north. And that is east. So looking to the west, yes, it does look a little bit like that in terms of cloud and the sun. Yeah, we've got some high cirrus there. So that's not looking too bad, okay? So we'll use this as a kind of snapshot, this view here, and I'm going to change two things. First of all, why the heck I'm in a white aircraft, I'll never know when I fly Ryanair, okay? So we'll apply that change, and I'll show you what I'm going to do now. So that is a snapshot of Xenviro. I'm going to turn off Xenviro, turn it off. I'm going to come here, flight configuration, customize, and we're going to go to real world weather from X-plane. Okay, so it'll populate. There you go, it's explained. It's populated. We've got a few stratus, few cumuluses of scattered cirrus. Let's have a look. So it'll be the same. So there's the difference. Now I saw a video. Oh, look at that! Look at that line there. That is not in the sky. So looking west, it doesn't look like that outside my window. That's not bad. I'm not saying that that's bad. East I can't really tell, but north I can. No. See what we've got here in Cardiff at the moment. We've got like a thin haze, which could be like this cloud here in the middle of the picture. That there could be that, but that is all over. So one thing for sure, I mean, there's that. One thing for sure is that not X-plane weather nor in Xenviro weather is true to what is outside my window, and that is the real thing, right? So let's just have a look at this area, because this is interesting. So you see this cloud here, up here at the top of the screen, and then in the middle of the sky there, that line there. Unfortunately, you can't see my cursor on broadcast because I've turned it off. But this cloud here at the top, and then this line here, and then in the distance on the horizon. So let's have a look now. Turn Xenviro on, and it will look, what it does, it automatically wipes the sky, and then it brings in its own clouds. You'll see it all come in a second. There's a rainbow there, which is not happening in real world. And there we are. So the difference between the two, and neither of these depict what the weather is like in real life. Now, I did see a video the other day. Somebody had done a really clever video of real world. He'd done like a 3-screen split. Real world, X-Plane and MSFS. And they were all... he was landing into Munich, I think it was. It was either Munich or Dusseldorf. And you could see the real world landing, the X-Plane landing, and the MSFS landing all at the same time, the three of them. And he was comparing scenery. He was comparing the three, actually. X-Plane and MSFS to real life. And what was interesting about it, forget about the scenery on the ground, because he used default X-Plane. There was no auto for XP. So he used default X-Plane and default MSFS. So it was an unfair comparison in so much as that default MSFS does have photogrammetry scenery produced by Bing. He used default X-Plane, which is default X-Plane scenery. If he'd put auto for XP on there, you would have seen a vast difference between the two. So it wasn't a very fair comparison. But what I looked at was the weather on all three of them. So we had the real world weather, MSFS, and X-Plane weather. And what he'd done was he had reproduced the right time and date and historical weather. So in MSFS and X-Plane, he had historical weather which matched real world weather that he had on the real world video, and none of the three were X-Plane and MSFS did not replicate real world weather whatsoever. It was totally different in real world weather, and Flight Simulator and X-Plane, their weathers were different from each other, and they were different from real world weather. So and I remember talking to Frank Kane some years ago, and Frank Kane told me, he said, what people don't realise is how difficult it is to replicate weather in a simulator. He said it is so difficult, and people don't realise that at all, how difficult it is to replicate weather in a flight simulator. He said that basically, he said there's too many factors, too many whatsoever. Now, coming up here, things look a lot different from if I was in X-Plane, if I was in default X-Plane weather, because I want to show you. This isn't really the best example of cloud, but alright, okay, we'll look over here. Yeah, so there we are. So go through the cloud. It's a thin layer. Alright, so we'll see what this looks like in X-Plane. I hope it'll be correct. So we'll turn off that, and we'll turn on real world weather in X-Plane. I'm hoping I'm going to be in the same location. Yeah, I'm in the same location in the sky. So see, and then we'll go through the cloud. A couple of layers. Now there, that looks better. The clouds look better, but they're not right. You know, they're not right in terms of real world, and neither are Xenviro's. Luckily, we've no walls of cloud. No walls of cloud. So once again, I'm kind of on the fence a little bit. So just you'll see Xenviro bring the weather in, or it should do. Oh, it's gone to clear skies now. We're not in clear sky. Oh, there we are. The weather's come in now. So I was kind of a little bit on the fence, but you look at it and you think, yeah, wow, it looks good. And then other times, It's better when you fly through it. It is better when you fly through it. Revemi. No, no. If I could remember how to spell Revemi. Oh, there we are. Right. Oh, now we're gonna have problems. Oh, we've got a bit of daylight now. See what happens here. So this is where things really change a little bit. Oh, we got a message here. Oh, Fab Wraps preparing for the storm. I don't know if any of you on YouTube watch Fab Rats. You should. Brilliant. I love it. Okay, got some questions here. Loud and clear. You can hear me loud and clear. Okay, that's good. Still looks meh. Even if it did look good, it doesn't. It's embarrassing having to pay for it. Yeah. All right, Joe Bidome. How can comparing base games with no add-ons be an unfair? What? How can comparing base games with no add-ons be an unfair comparison? Right, Richard. I think it was an unfair comparison because what you had was you had 2020 and its photogrammetry Bing scenery, which is third party, basically, isn't it? It's third party scenery being streamed into it, against X-Plane's default scenery, which is pretty grim, to be fair. It is, we all agree with that. I mean, but everything else that goes into X-Plane is third party. So I think it would have been a fairer comparison if the guy, I can't remember his name, the YouTuber, had put in orthophoto into X-Plane, because that is third party, the same way as Bing is. That's all. It's just my view, it's just my opinion. We're all entitled to opinions. You don't have to agree with me, and I don't have to agree with you. That's the whole purpose of opinion. Right, here we are at Revemi, and of course, what Xenviro has done is put in snow, which I do like. The only way you get snow in default X-Plane weather is if it's actually snowing at the time, apparently, which is a bit weird, I think. I don't know. It seems a little bit weird to me. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Anyway, I kind of like snow. I can't. Hang on. I can't read that. I wish I could get rid of that heart. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, Joe. Photogrammetry is base scenery. It comes with this. It comes with the simulator, but it is third party. It is third party. It's not. What's it? Asobo and Black Art and Microsoft. They didn't draw the scenery. It comes from Bing, and yeah, it comes from Bing. And oddly enough, I mean, you can use Bing photo scenery in X-Plane as well. So it is third party, whichever way you look at it. Microsoft, did they pay for the license for it? I don't know. Maybe they did. I suspect they did. But it's still third party scenery. It's just that it's being used in that simulator. Not a problem. Not an issue. Yeah, who owns Bing? Microsoft, isn't it? But it's still. Oh, you're missing the point. I have no need to argue the point, is it? It's just my opinion, as I've said. Anyway, and also, I was going to say something then, but it's completely slipped my mind. Here we go. and snow in Innsbruck. Hang on, it just needs to settle down a little bit. There we go. And that is snowy in Innsbruck. Would you take off on that runway? It hasn't been cleared, has it? Hasn't been cleared at all. The funny thing is that when you do this, the static aircraft, hang on, the static aircraft has snow all over the top of it. See the snow on top of the fin air, on its wings and everything? I find that really strange. Although, that said, I do know that if it's snowing, if it's actually snowing, your own aircraft will get snow on it if it's actually precipitating. I feel sorry for those ground crew. They need to get some coats on. Even the bus has got snow on top of it, and all the vehicles there. That's cool. I hadn't noticed that before. Anyway, there we go. Innsbruck looks good. Yeah, and I understand Richard just making a point. Yeah, perfectly understand that. Okay, so Innsbruck does look good though, doesn't it? Can I zoom out a bit? Yeah, I wouldn't want to land on that runway. That is snowy. I mean, the thing is this. Now, oops, keep still, Wycliffe. Let me zoom over here. The trees have snow on them as well. Or do they? No, there's just that much snow. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, look at these fir trees here, swaying in the breeze. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, there you go. With clear skies, it looks okay, Joe, doesn't it? You know, the snow and everything. Those waves look a bit high. Is it weather? Ah, that's why. They still look a bit high, the waves. Maybe they'll change, who knows. Anyway. Yeah, what part of the sky? The colour? It is too blue. I mean, it is way too blue. That should be really paler. But let's have a look at... Oops. Turn it off. Right, so here we go. There's default. I mean, those clouds, they look so much better there, don't they? But there's no snow on the ground. I can put snow on the ground if I yeah, I might be inclined to agree with you there. Just trying to get above the cloud here. Taking our time getting up. Hey guys, do me a favour, can you give me a thumbs up please, because the algorithm really loves that. If you can just give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it, and I'd appreciate you for doing that as well. So yeah, you see, without a doubt, in some circumstances, they look better. That looks better. Now, if we could have those clouds with snow, I'd be happy. Although we've only got snow on the very tippy top of the mountains there. Yeah, it does need some work, but I do like it. I like it. But it does need some serious work. Both of them need some serious work. And apparently, there's an update for X-Plane 12 coming out soon, where it will look a lot better. So we wait with bated breath for that. That, you know, we really do. wait for that, because that will be awesome. When X-Plane sorts out its clouds, which it will do, and then there'll be no need for other clouds. I was looking at Active Sky XP, and it's the same issue. Active Sky XP doesn't look right, and it doesn't depict the weather as it is outside the window. And I don't think any cloud enhancement will ever get the weather looking exactly the way it is. It is really difficult. I don't know whether any of you saw Austin Mayer's video before X-Plane 12 came out, where he was describing what he needs to do to generate weather, or what was required. It was a really good video. It's hilariously funny, but it just showed how difficult it was. Right, so we're back in X-Plane 12 default weather, Cardiff. I think we've had enough about weather, so let's have a look. I said I'd do a quick thing on flight planning, so bear with me. So what I'm going to do, let me open this and this. I'll open this over here, and I'll bring this over here. So, flight planning for X-Plane 12 and for the 737. So here we go. This is my sim brief. My flight plan. We'll create a new flight plan. Okay, new flight plan. Airline is Ryanair. Sorry, the 2302 is my favoured number. We're going to depart from EGFF. They've changed this slightly. Select, and we're going to arrive into LFMN, which is Nice, I think. Aircraft type is Boeing 737-800. Okay, and we're going to go for the airframe, the ZS-NDB, which is the Zibo mod, right? So everything now is correct for that. So we can see everything down here. We've got our flight plan. Saying XMO 1 Bravo. We'll have to check the weather for Cardiff in a minute. Generate the flight. Flight plan's generating. Bosh. Just let it come up here, and now you'll see it down here. It says flight plan available. Your latest sim brief flight plan is available. Click here. Click on there, and it opens up this dialog box, and it says the following files already exist. Xplane B738x.xml. Do you want to overwrite it? Yes, I do, because I'm overwriting that plan for this one. File has been saved. B738x.xml. Close. Okay, so let's just have a look at our departure airport. Meta 050 at 10 knots. So yeah, runway 12 is in use. Alright, just checking. So everything's cool there. So, I mean, if I want to, I can just leave this here. I don't need to do anything else. But what I will do is I'll show you what it looks like on if you import it into your charts. So we'll import into charts. Click on that. It's opened up Navigraph charts here, which is exactly the same thing. Yeah. Let's put the XMO 1 Bravo departure in, and the arrival, which is a Nice 7 Tango arrival into Nice, down here. Nice Côte 2, Nice Côte d'Azur. So that's the arrival. There's 28 approaches available. I haven't put the approach in yet. We'll do that later. Alright. So that is that. Okay. I can go back to my SimBrief flight plan because I like all my detail here. And I can minimize that and move that over there. Alright. So we need to get that flight plan into the aircraft. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, let's just get some battery power on. Just turn a couple of things on just to make it emergency lights. Coming over to the EFB ground services, I'll connect the GPU just so we, I'll set the chocks, and before I do anything I just need to check with this, make sure I haven't got this in here. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so go back. Okay, fuel and payload. I just need to check what fuel I need. Well, if I go to airside services and then go to page 2, it says load OFP. So that's load off flight plan. Load off flight plan. You click that and it puts everything in. Number of passengers that were on my flight plan, my zero fuel weight, fuel just over 8 tons, well it's 8.8 tons. Activate. Back. Oops, sorry. Go. There you see this fuel at the moment is 72%, so in a moment the fuel truck will come along, cargo, etc. Go back, start the cleaning crew. Go back to ground services, no, fuel and balance, airside services, and they'll start.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Starting refueling. I can go up here, down to the FMC, and we'll start getting the flight plan. Okay, so before I do that, I'll line the IRUs. Make sure ground power is on. Now we're on ground power. Set the battery, and then down to the so we come to position initialization, second page. Take the left one, previous page, and we are pausing it then. Okay, you don't need to put the reference airports in or the gate, so that's going to come off the flight plan now in a moment. So routes, okay, request the flight plan. Request the flight plan, and zoom in a little bit. And
ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Thank you, fuel's all loaded. Load. And flight plan is loaded, let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So what I'll do here, departure. Sorry, runway 12, X11 Bravo departure. Perfect. Arrival, let's go for arrival. What did I say it was? It was a Nisa 7 Tango. It'll be 04 right. Yes? Yeah, 04 right. So back to legs. Don't need to monitor that. Activate flight plan. Route data. Request winds for the upper winds. So I've requested that. Load. That's done. Initialization perf in it. Perf initialization request. I should have done the perf before the winds, but that's okay. So I've requested the perf. Load that. You see everything's loaded in there. I'll put a reserve in of 1. Execute. Just check the second page. Yeah, that's fine. M1 limit. Oh no, pound fuel 8. There we go. M1 limit. 45 45 degrees. Cell takeoff. Takeoff. Flaps 5. V speeds are populated for me. Check what the CG is. CG is going to be 5.25. Whoops. 5.25. Passengers are now coming on board. Let's just close this door. Keep the noise out. What did we say the wind was again at Cardiff? The wind is, excuse me, 050/10. Takeoff speed is deleted. Let's go back, just check that. There we go. Alright. Done. Done. Index. Takeoff. Next page. Good, good, good. The nav. Next page. Next page. Get the forecast for descent winds.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Oh, everybody's strapped in already. Oh, better put that on. Oh yeah, 100% passengers, cargo's in, fuel's in. Great. See the flight plan there on the screen. Let me zoom in for you. There you go. Marvellous. Wind is ready for our descent. Execute that. We're good to go. So there we are. That is it. All simply done. With no trouble at all. Just a quick tutorial on flight planning and how to get your flight plan into the aircraft. Once again, don't forget you're using SimBrief. Yeah, SimBrief. Just get all your information here. You can have details, etc. of both airports. No problem at all. Departure airport. Open your charts. Take me to Cardiff. Yeah. Let's have a look at the SID. There's the Brecon 1 Bravo departure. Put that chart up. Sorry, no it wasn't. It was Exmo 1 Bravo departure. There we are. Put it on the plan. You can see it in pink. Super. Navigraph. Everything works just perfectly together now. I can close that. Close that. So I've closed charts down. All I've got is my SimBrief flight plan open here. Whoops. SimBrief flight plan open here. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. And that's it, guys. So, I hope you enjoyed the stream. We had some discussion about defaults in Xenviro and a very quick tutorial on getting your flight plan into your aircraft. And good to go. I suppose next thing would be...
Welcome on board, said Ryanair flight.
Yes.
May we have your attention while we point out some of the safety features on this Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Please remove headphones.
Pre-plan. I need to delete that, don't I? Delete that segment there. Delete, delete. Because we're going to runway 12. Put a stop there and... Oops. We've got a problem. Oh no. Can I get it? Yeah, there we go.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
And there we are. I'm ready to go. Alright.
Insert the mag end into the buckle to secure, pull on the loose end of the strap
I might do the flight later, who knows. But at the moment, I'm going to stop the stream, and I'm going to take my dog for a walk. So I hope everything's okay. We'll see you soon in the very near future. Cheerio, and don't forget, give me a thumbs up, smash the like button, and also leave a comment, because YouTube loves that, okay? YouTube loves comments and thumbs up. We'll see you soon. Take care. Cheerio.